What up, everybody? It's your host, Piscean Laura. Welcome back to Scorpion Dragon M.P.T. So, this video is a response to the numerous comments, or replies even, left to my comment on the RDC cartoon tier list. Check that video out. RDC World 1. Shout out to RDC World 1. In that video, Mark from RDC comments that Avatar: The Last Airbender is probably the best cartoon of all time. Immediately upon hearing this, being the antagonist that I am, I guess, immediately upon hearing it, I grab my phone, put up the comments, and I'm ready to interject, right? But I gotta stop. I stop myself. And I'm like, because I'm thinking, totally outside of my feelings, of my bias or anything like that, right? I'm thinking, Avatar: The Last Airbender, is it the best cartoon of all time? And as I thought about it, and okay, so just to give you a little backstory about me. Born in 1982, older brother, born in 76. He was a fan of everything fresh, right? So growing up, I got to kind of not only soak in what he was absorbing, but I was able to find a niche of my own. And, you know what I mean? Because as time goes, new shows come out and all this. So I've watched a lion's share of content since my childhood to today. I've seen some of the greatest animation on television that you would ever see in your life, and I'm having a really difficult time coming up with a show that bests Avatar: The Last Airbender in a number of different categories. Okay, so first off, it being a cartoon, it has to have a certain level of comedy. Avatar has that. It being a cartoon. Now, when you're considering which a cartoon to be the best cartoon of all time, right? I get like a tsunami of shows that just flood my brain with all these dope ass shows. And talking to Young King 734, we talked about X-Men animated series. We talked about Batman animated series. Talked about Spider-Man animated series. Talked about, it's the problem with me. We talked about Teen Titans. The problem, Justice League Unlimited. The problem with these shows and placing them at the best cartoon of all time mark is that the intellectual properties that they are bear some popularity going in, right? So you're not just falling in love with this show because of its freshness, or you're falling in love with it going in knowing what to expect. You don't click on Spider-Man and expect to see Beetleborgs or some shit like that. You know what I mean? You click on Spider-Man to get Spider-Man, and it's not the only way to ruin a Spider-Man is to not just not do it right. You know what I mean? So, and they've done that multiple times, I feel like. My favorite Spider-Man series is still the 90s series. You know what I mean? That was like the end all be all for Spider-Man. But like I said, they go in with a certain level of popularity. So I can't give them the best cartoon of all time title. I can't give them that because the creativity isn't there. They're using properties that are already popular. You know what I mean? They cover all the other aspects. They're telling a great story. It has the humor where it needs it. Plenty of action. The animation is great. But there's the creativity. The creativity. When you're dealing with Batman or just Justice League people, when you're dealing with DC and Marvel characters, you're dealing with like I said, you're going in with expectation. with a show like Avatar: The Last Airbender, it's almost like, I mean, think about it. Just think about it like this: come up with a character, right? Make a show for it and see how well it does. Because there's been plenty of recently created creative shows that aren't the best cartoons of all time. Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory, you know what I mean? It's Fairly Odd Parents even, or like plenty of shows that are creative but don't tell a story not even close to what Avatar gives you. So Avatar has a great story. It's original. It's beautifully animated, plenty of fun, and the action is like packed. The action is almost as packed as the story. I have a really hard time saying that another show is better than Avatar: The Last Airbender. But there is one. And if you're interested, stick around. I'll be right back. So the show that, for me, comes the closest to rivaling Avatar: The Last Airbender, covering all these bases that I find important. And like I said, the reason I brought up the year I was born, because I came up in the era of Transformers, G.I. Joe, Voltron. Oh my god, it was one where they was like creatures and humanoids or something like that. I can't remember what they was called. It was a bunch of creatures. It was I watched a lot of different shows, man. Pirates of Darkwater, and you know what I mean. It's Cops. It's so many great cartoon shows, man. Legend of Zelda, the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, and it's like the Centurions, and oh my god, Brave Star, and I mean, like I got credential, man. I got credential. So when I say, but Adventure Time, for me, comes the closest to rivaling the best cartoon of all time title. The only reason that it doesn't, and I may be incorrect in feeling this way because it's told that way for a reason, and it's not exactly a bad thing. You just have to do so much work to uncover everything. The way the story is told the story is told as if somebody shattered a vase on the floor, right? You approach the story from this viewpoint, the shattered vase. And in certain aspects, because you have to do so much piecing back together what the complete story could be, you can see what the beautiful vase was before it was shattered. In that aspect, it's beautiful. There's no doubt about it. I mean, the characters are there, the world is there, the development. I mean, it's and they tell it, but they don't tell it chronologically at all, man. Not at all. I actually left a comment on that on the RDC video, RDC cartoon tier list. Check that video out. I left a comment saying that Adventure Time is such a great show, but you have to watch Channel Frederator. Shout out to Channel Frederator. You have to watch Channel Frederator to actually know the timeline and the events of Adventure Time in its entirety. You know what I mean? Because it's quite a few seasons, quite a few episodes per season, and to watch every episode in such a broken order, my brain I can't watch the whole show and remember every piece to put it back together again. I can't do it. I need a Channel Federator to timeline it out for me. Even after watching the show myself, I still like, man, what the fuck is the Adventure Time story again? Watch the Federator show. Oh, okay, that was really good. That was really good. But damn, I had to watch this to fucking get it. So, and I replied to a lot of the comments. The comments that I replied to a few of them that was kind of just ignorant. But I try to only reply to the comments that have true critique, true opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I don't accept a comment saying just some random negativity. You know what I mean? If you have something creative, then I can, we can debate. We can bounce it back and forth. But I wanted to make this video, man, because it's getting so many replies. It's getting so many replies, and it seems like it'd be a subject very near. I mean, it was ultra near to my heart, so I'm surprised and grateful to see it's near to so many other YouTubers and YouTube watchers, you know, viewers, so close to your hearts as well. Avatar: The Last Airbender. If you can tell me, if you can get, listen, under the criteria that I set, and I don't know who I am to set criteria, but I feel like it's important, you know what I mean, for this title, because there's so many great cartoons out there. You gonna get you can't just give something off the cuff because you really love it. The title of best cartoon of all time. Avatar is not my favorite cartoon of all time. I never said that. I never said that Avatar is my favorite cartoon. It's not. But when the comment was made and I thought about it, is it the best cartoon of all time? Everything in me that wanted to fight that just couldn't. There was no fight there. It's like, what are we talking about here? You know what I mean? It's some of the best. It probably is the best cartoon of all time, and you know, and good for it. Like I said, original work, adventurous, fun, in-depth story, beautiful character and world development. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Check it out. If you've never seen it, see it for yourself, and leave me a comment and tell me what you thought about it. I believe it's on Netflix still. I believe. It's not hard to find. If you want to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, you can definitely find it. You can definitely do it. But I ain't really got much more other than that, man. I just wanted to put that out there, let y'all know, man. You know, when you say certain things to me in the comments as if I don't know what I'm talking about, I know what I'm talking about. Not that I know more, but man, I've seen some stuff, and I gotta give credit where credit is due. So shout out to Avatar: The Last Airbender for being the greatest cartoon of all time. Shout out to everybody who left a reply to my comment on RDC World's cartoon tier list. Check that video out. I don't know how to leave what's the name in the description, but I might try to do that. I'm gonna try to leave a link in the description to that video. I'll try to leave one for Channel Federator as well, and even one for Young King 734. That's my homeboy. So holla back at your boy. It's your homeboy Piscean Lore, Discord Pine and Dragon M.P.T. And we'll check out the next video. Peace.